a message for you. God has sent me to you. I have a message for you. God has sent me to you. Listen.
Father God, we want to celebrate you. We want to celebrate you for bringing your daughters before us, Father God, so that we can celebrate them. Because you are in the heavens right now celebrating these beautiful, beautiful ladies. Lord, whether they were lost, whether they were broken, they are found. They are blessed, they are approved, they are anointed, and most of all, they are created by you, Father God. Father, I pray that this morning's celebration goes smoothly. I ask you to let every spirit open up to receive the good news, the foundation of what this program is all about, Father.
It's really hard to believe that it has been 3 years. It feels like we blinked and the foundation just, in 3 years' time. My mother, my sister, and I sat around the table in the office trying to figure out how we were going to make the vision that God had given us a reality. And at the time, we sat around the table with no resources, with no partners, no roadmap. All we had was a burning desire to change the lives of women who thought they amount to nothing because of their circumstances. Time has flown by, and 3 years later, that small round table in our office has turned into this hall. And where there were only 3 of us seated at the table, now there's over 100, and partners, staff, donors, friends, family, and most importantly you, the amazing beneficiaries that we do this for. When we met all of you for the first time, I shared a story with you, and I'd like to share it once more. A farmer went out to sow his seed. As he was scattering the seed, some fell along the path, and the bird came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky places where it did not have much soil. It sprang up quickly because the soil was shallow, but the sun came up, and the plants were scorched, and they withered away because they had no root. Other seeds fell amongst the thorns, which grew up and choked the plants. Still, other seeds fell on good soil, which produced a good crop, 160 or 30 times more than what was sown. For a seed to bear good fruit is dependent on the quality of the soil. BBM was used by God to sow a seed in each of you, and over the past years we've spent time equipping you with the necessary nutrients to make healthy soil enough for the seed that was planted to produce good crop. Now, each of you have the responsibility of ensuring that the crop does not die. Instead, it must multiply, and from it, more seed must be dispersed so that you can plant into others far and wide. Devasai Vamashito, go make us proud for the glory of God and His kingdom.
Esteemed guests, friends, and most importantly, the incredible women who have graduated from the BBM Foundation's Women Unleashed program. Today, we gather not just to celebrate an accomplishment, but to honor the unwavering spirit and resilience of your extraordinary women who have emerged triumphant from the shadows of domestic violence. The Women's Unleashed program, a testament to empowerment, has provided a transformative journey from each of you graduates. A year ago, 12 months, I did not know of the BBM Foundation. I did not know Antoinette. I did not know Karabo. I did not know Harmony and all their grandchildren. I did not know about them. But within this year, we have had so much fun, organizing different things, and become very close. A year ago, 12 months ago, I don't think neither of you thought that you would stand or sit here today. And here you are. I would like to applaud you. Today, the 25th of November is the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women, and today will mark the launch of UN, the Unite campaign, an initiative of 16 days activism, concluding on the day that commemorates the International Day of Human Rights on the 10th of December. As we acknowledge your achievements, let us recognize the profound and impact of your commitment to self-improvement, courage, and the pursuit of independence. Through skill development, tailored training, education, and a comprehensive support network, you graduates have not only overcome adversity, you have blossomed into empowered individuals capable of shaping your own destinies. In honoring you women, we extend our gratitude to the BBM Foundation for championing a cause that goes beyond statistics and headlines, delving into the lives of those affected by domestic violence. The Foundation's commitment to empowering women is not just evident in the program's name, but in the tangible results we witness today. Graduates equipped with skills, knowledge, and a newfound strength. To you, graduates, your journey exemplifies the transformative power of resilience and determination. You are not merely survivors, you are architects of your own destinies. And today, we stand in awe of your accomplishments. Your courage inspires all to confront challenges with grace and determination. My story to you is that your stories and your example will be told in my home country, Sweden. May this celebration be a reminder that each of you holds within yourself the strength to overcome, the power to thrive, and the capacity to make a difference in the world. As you move forward, remember that your stories are not just tales of survival, but narratives of empowerment that echo far beyond the confines of this room. Congratulations to the graduates of the Women Unleashed program. May your future be filled with continued success, empowerment, and the fulfillment of all your aspirations.
It's not only about the skills. It's about knowing God, knowing who your Creator is, knowing your source, knowing who to turn to when troubles and pain comes, knowing that you are not alone. And we also have the capacity building, which is conducted by our beloved Harmony, which is based on equipping the learners with smart goals, knowing your identity, discovering your purpose, knowing that we are not here by mistake. God created us for a purpose. We also learn computer skills, sewing, cooking. Now today I know how to use the sewing machine. I learned all that from BBM Foundation. I know how to bake scones. Now when I bake scones, my nephew came back and said to me, no, my friends said at school, you must bring those scones. And they are nice, thanks to Harmony. BBM Foundation helped me a lot. God helped me a lot. Changed me, renewed the way of thinking. I used to get angry very quick. Now God helps me a lot. I'm a changed person. I'm not that Linda who came here angry and hurt and all. I'm a changed person. Thanks to God. Coming here to join BBM was not a waste of time. I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful to what God did to me through them. May God bless them. May God keep them safe.
The VIPs. Wow, you all look beautiful. Oh, you look beautiful. I thought I was coming for a gala dinner. My God. Okay, thank you very much. Please, can we clap hands for them, please? Please. Thank you very much. You know, let me just apologize in advance. We are going to do a lot of clappings because it's a special day. It's a special day, and the message I'm going to like to pass through is with this theme, or should I say topic: what price are you willing to pay for your dreams to come true? What price are you willing to pay for your dreams to come true? We all have dreams, all of us. But for that dream to come true, what price are you willing to pay? You ladies are here just like Sis Linda, who said, you know, with nothing, they keep on coming. Or was it? It was, you come here because this foundation was built, you know, as a pastor, I like holding microphones. It's fine. This foundation, just as Harmony rightly said, it started with nothing. I am a witness of how this foundation started. I'm a witness of how it started. That's why I come with the theme: what price are you willing to pay for your dreams to come true? I'm going to start by doing this. Mama, you forgive me. KB, I call her KB. Harmonizing harmony. Please, can the three of you come, please? Please, can you give them a big applause, please? Come stand next to me. Come stand next to me. Come stand next to me. My dear mama, this woman can cook. When she cooks, you lick your hands and even lick the plate. Also, with everyone who has been part of the foundation. But you see this lovely three women here. Mama took her pain to produce what we are celebrating today. The daughters went through challenges you might not know. Some of you see them smiling, beautiful smile, because they love what they are doing. But it's their dream. The price they paid for these 3 years, the price they paid, I'm repeating it, I like to so that it can sink in. I like to, you know, speak slowly. The price they paid, you can't imagine the price they paid. They lost car, they lost jobs, lost a lot of things. But because they said, this is a dream, this is what God gave to us, we will not abandon it. Then you know, you will understand that what you are receiving is very important. It is dear to them that they are ready to give their life. You all say, they are loving. They are very loving and loving. Every time I come, they have Mama gives to me, they have children, loving family. That I can't say. They are loving. That's why God gave them this gift. Because if you hate people, God cannot give you a gift to love people. So Be grateful and be thankful for what you have received today. Don't play with it. Don't joke with it. Take it out there and pass it on. Because what you received was birthed with pains, tears, prayers, fasting, loss of faith. But today we celebrate because of the sacrifice. And I will end with the final quote of Maya Angelou, and it says, I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. They will never forget how you made them feel. Take what you've learned. Take it out. You were treated with love. You've been empowered. Take it out there also. Women, ladies, you are strong. You have been empowered in powerful skills. I wish my mother could have such skills. I wish she could have such. I wish my mother was in Basar, Babushi. Because she raised 5 of us, 4 boys and 1 girl. And all of us are in our areas doing well in life. That's the strength of the Lord. You are strong. My father was diagnosed with cancer. My mother took care of him with cancer. He lost everything. But she never gave up on us. She never ran away. Today, I'm just using this to inspire you. 2 of my brothers in Canada. I'm not here to proud, but I'm saying to you the strength you have. They are mechanical and electrical engineers. The other one is in England. What is he doing there? He's a software engineer. My sister in Ireland. So none of us, I'm originally from Nigeria. None of her children are with her at home right now. All of us are in different parts of the world doing great things. Why? We dream. You also can inspire people. You can inspire your children. You can inspire your family. You can inspire millions of people. Never forget this. How you make people feel is what they will remember of you. Thank you very much.
Greatness is within us, we will never fail. And now I'm trying to be so selfish. I want to say, greatness is within me, I will never fail. I would like to greet you all in the name of our wonderful Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. My name is Winnie Matabane. I'm from Limpopo. And my sister said everything about the foundation. I really don't know what to say. She explained everything about the program. And I want to look at my beautiful, beautiful mom. And I would like to say, Mom, thank you. And I acknowledge your presence in this place. I acknowledge the presence of our Papa in this place. Not really don't know, but you saved me from prison. When I came here, I was shattered, I was broken. And I really wanted to kill my mom because she was making my life so difficult. She used to look at this beautiful lady and say, you are amount of nothing. You will never be married, you will never get a job. You will never make it in this lifetime. And when I looked at myself, I was just a crybaby. I was just crying around, as Makula knows. When she met me, I was just crying. And when I met my beautiful mom, she said, don't care, it's going to be okay. And then she said, greatness is within you. You will not fail. And I said to myself, I will not fail. I can no longer take the abuse anymore. I'm flashing everything that my mom has said to me. I'm taking everything to the dustbin and I'm starting new again. And man, you don't know. We are full of gratitude. You don't know who saved my life. You saved my children's life. You really don't know. I'm so happy. When they came here, she gave us a hug, where the mother had you, and she whispered in our ears and saying, don't care, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It doesn't matter what was said to you. It's going to be okay. You know, I know I'm beautiful today. I look like a queen. I walk like a queen. I am so positive about life. I am so encouraged. I am so transformed. Yesterday I was telling my friend, I said to my friend, you know one day I went to ShopRite, you all know ShopRite. And I was looking for this tea bag. It was written depression, stress, what. And I came again for second time and I took the wrong tea bag. And the wrong tea bag, when I made it was so bitter. When I made it, it was something to do with blood or something. And when I came here, I don't believe, when I look at myself in the mirror today, my friend was fighting with me, I was stopping the camera and I want to capture every moment. I don't care if I'm late or what, I want to capture every moment. You know, there's a scripture that I want to give you, man. Psalm 124 verse 7, it says, we escaped like a bird from the hunter's trap. The trap is broken, we are free. We are free from fear, we are free from anxiety, we are free from depression, we are free from stress. You know what God told Abraham to said to Abraham, I want to bless you, but you need to get out of your comfort zone, leave your father's house, and I will take you to a place, and God will not reveal this place. She means that I will show you this place. And God wanted Abraham to take a stand. God could not reveal the place until Abraham took a stand. And the BBM for us is a stand, we took a stand. We came out.
Especially at this time of the year where we are celebrating 16 days of activism today. Simply because I want to make a solemn plea to all the men who are here, young men. Please, we've said enough. There isn't anything that we can still say to appeal to you that all we need is to exist with you peacefully in this world. That is not why I was called today, yeah? So getting to why I was called today, I want to thank you very, very much for allowing me to be part of the conclusion of this chapter of your life and the commencement of your next chapter. To say that I'm honored doesn't even begin to quantify the depth of gratitude that really accompanies your certificate today. I'm just a simple girl from Hammanskraal who grew up with no chance, nothing, no opportunity at all. But through education, it was evident that we are going to stand strong and we're going to represent even in lands that we had never ever navigated before. And I can tell you that today, as I sat there, while you were working to get your certificate, I was getting teary for all of you, and then teary for myself as well, because it was testament that it does not matter where you come from, it does not matter where your narrative is, it does not matter what your height is. What matters is the level of a teachable spirit that you have. If you have a teachable spirit, you can go a long way. As I said there, I internalized your milestone. And this is a blessed journey. Hearing your story, meeting Basadiba Bamushito, they remembered me, but I couldn't remember them. And mainly because I remembered their story. It doesn't, please forget my face, but remember the impact of my story. It is important because we're not here for fame, we're not here for anything, we're just here to tell you that you are not alone. What you went through, somebody else must not go through it because you know better, so you must choose better. And I'm glad you chose better. I hope I can be a source of inspiration today, and I'm going to address my remarks to anybody who has ever felt inferior or felt disadvantaged, felt screwed by life. And this is a speech for the squad. Actually, I was so honored. I wanted to do something really special for you. I wanted to be able to have you look under your seats, and there would be free masters and doctorates. But I can see that you've got that covered already, you've got your certificate. So there's no way that I'm going to give you any other qualification for free. I also felt a lot of pressure over the past few weeks when they called me to come and say something to you because it needed to be significant. I wanted to tell you something that you haven't heard before. But it's going to be a difficult task because I'm sure I've heard that Basadiba Mushito have told you everything that you needed to know. This empowerment must not just be a word. It must be put into action. You being empowered means that your community is empowered. You being empowered means that you will never ever go back to the person that you were before you got the certificate. The certificate also must not just be the one that collects dust under your bed. When you speak, somebody said here that they speak differently. They used to be crybabies. It's okay to cry. Crying is an emotion that we need to embrace. But also, when you wipe those tears, you need to make sure that you stand up and you make a difference. Because with all the social ills that we experience in this world, each one of us here can hold hands and make sure that this chain stays strong and does not ever get broken. Alumni. The word alumni means a lot. It means that even those that haven't had the opportunity to come here and stand or say something will still go out and make an impact that will be felt even beyond our borders. When you talk to soldiers, they always talk about borders. And mainly because half the time we are not with our families. You were not with your families when you were going through this journey. Those that were with their families, you guys were lucky. When we are guarding the borders out there, we are guarding the borders because we don't want ill discipline to come and swell our country. But more so, we want South Africans to sleep peacefully, knowing that there is nobody who can come here and claim our sovereignty. So I've seen your personality. While you're walking on stage here, your personalities are those that are very contagious. Do not box yourself. It does not end with baking. It will never end with sewing. It will never end with just nurturing. It must end with a difference. And that difference must be felt from here to Timbuktu. From Timbuktu, it must end with those that were forgotten. Either because of what they went through, or because of what they still need to get to, what they still get to know. We thank God that your curriculum was godly based. Do not ever forget the little lessons that went through while you were being nurtured, because you were whole people before you came here. You just forgot that part. But because you are remolded, just make sure that you embrace that new shape that you find yourself in. I'm an author of this book. This book says no longer wearing the victim badge. One might ask, why were you a victim? Why would you term your book or coin your book like that? It's because I'm no longer a victim. I have had to redefine my narrative. I've had to find my own voice. And in finding my own voice, I also speak about education, the power of education here. Because I'm one of those people who got an opportunity to go and study abroad on a fully paid bursary. I thank God that BMW came through and saw a child from the dusty roads of Hammanskraal to say, what do you want to become? That is a very, very, very important question. Because if nobody asks you what you want to become, you might not ask yourself what you want to become. It's important that when you answer yourself, you also have the understanding of the responsibility that will come with what you want to become. When they asked me what I wanted to become, I said a lawyer. And because I come from a Christian family, my granddad had already told me that, oh, lawyers lie, huh? They lie. And in this Christian home, we're not sure whether we want to have a lawyer who's qualified to lie. And he asked me, so what's your second option? And I said, journalism. I'm grateful that along my way, I found people who made sure that I do become a journalist. And I'm grateful that I get the opportunity to tell stories that go a long way. Each one of you sitting here, all of us, we are stories. We've got stories for days. You might not be able to say your story, to tell your story in English. You might be able to say your story in Venda. That's also a story. And it's very important. One day when you're alone, make sure that I hope you believe in vision boards. Because vision boards, when you write something down, there's power in what you have written down. Write it down. It doesn't matter how offish the spelling is. It doesn't matter how big the dream or impossible the dream might sound to somebody else, but write it down. We are heading towards January. No, we are heading towards the festive. We are in the festive season actually. I don't want you to get mixed up in anything that does not define you. I have made sure that through this book, I impact even the primary school kids, because I talk about issues here that speak to what our education system looks like. I'm glad you've got an education system that comes from Batariwa Mushiga, because according to what I heard, it is very impactful. Make sure that you write down whatever it is that you have in your mind. It is your dream. Pastor Obriki was here to say, what price are you willing to pay for your dream? My price was to tell my story, as deep and hard and embarrassing as it was, to coin this book and say it does not matter. I no longer need it. You might ask, who am I now? And I'll tell you that I've found expression in other things. I found expression in the positivity of life. I also found expression in marriages that work, marriages that impart good things in you. When you go out to look for partners this December season, don't go out looking for Mabuso only. Don't go out looking for Ukubetwa only. Go there and look for partners who will impart positivity into your lives and positivity into your households. Because once you choose wrong, the ripple effect is that you will feel it every single day of your life. Make better choices.
My journey of becoming a businesswoman was to build something that is from the heart. That was the first step, was for me to understand what is it that defines me, what is it that am I passionate about, and build something from that. We live in a society where we are so hurried in monetary gains and generating a profit, and that we actually forget that long-lasting relationships and long-lasting outcomes, we gain them from doing something that tells a story about us and where we have been. And that is a long-term commitment, and it has long-term benefits and outcomes. This foundation on its own should be exemplary of what I'm trying to explain to you, that build something that has substance, that identifies you. Because with business, we start on a high. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and it's not always the case. I have a beauty salon. I also have a hair product range, and I was sure that every day I was killing it. So on days where there's no clients, on days where there's no business, on days where you are making a loss, something needs to keep you going, and that is the heart, that is the passion that you have for what you do. That is what is going to make you wake up in the morning when you don't feel like it, because you know that better days are coming, because you believe in what you're doing. You love what you're doing. It tells your story. For example, the hair product range that I developed, it was coming from my personal story where I was suffering a serious case of alopecia because of the treatment that I was put on. It dug into my self-esteem. So on days where I'm not making a killing, I understand the fact that women need this. I'm going to push harder because I understand what it's like to be that woman who is suffering from low self-esteem because of the circumstances that they are experiencing, and someone needs that hand that says it's going to be better. Second of all, I'd like to encourage you as you are moving or venturing into business and self-sustenance to have a spirit of discernment. I'm from KZN. I came to Pretoria in 2011. I knew nobody. I was 18 years old. I didn't know anyone. I didn't even know a stitch of the language that they spoke here because Zulu. And my daily prayer to God was that God help me to have the spirit of discernment. Help me to be able to tell when this is for me by you, God, and when it's not. And if it's not from God, help me, God, to see that this is not from you and it is not for me. Not everything that glitters in business is gold. Be very careful about that. You are beautiful women, and there are a lot of people out there in business who come with these amazing deals at the cost of your values, your morals, your integrity. Don't ever compromise your money. Don't ever make a mistake. You see this dress I'm wearing? It's shiny, but it's not gold. That is business. And especially for us, young women, we fall victim a lot. I've buried a couple of my friends who went into business and fell into the trap of these big business deals and these entrepreneurs and if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And you pray to God every day for Him to guide you. To say, God, show me, indicate to me when something is from you, and when it's not from you, help me to be strong enough to stay away from it. I wish you all the best in your ventures. I wish God's hand over your businesses, and just know that it is a one day at a time journey. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not. It's going to require a lot from you. But I believe in you, I believe in your training, and I know you're going to do amazing work out there. And I cannot wait to work with some of you beautiful ladies. Thank you so much.
We all should be very proud of the women who decided, who dedicated their lives to help others like them and try to make this country a better and a safer place for females. Empowering women in our country is a very important or necessary to bring gender equality. And gender equality is the first step to bring women empowerment in South Africa. Every South African needs to change their mindset towards women, strictly following the rules made for women empowerment. Women too need to change their mindset that they are weak. Besides, you are strong, you are not weak. A woman is strong. Women empowerment is a vital tool for advancing development in the country. It also will help in reducing the poverty by improving health and productivity within families and communities, as well as providing better chance to the next generation. And we need to think of the reason behind and solve all on immediate basis. Both gender equality and women empowerment are key strategies to bring transformation change in order to achieve, develop, and high economic status of the nation. On this context, I would like to wind up in my speech and hope that one day every woman in the country will be empowered into. Thank you.
But I'm gonna just quickly speak briefly about the marketing department. It's a two-man, believe it or not, to run the department. It's me and this remarkable lady here, Sue, and really God just empowering us to do what we do where this foundation is concerned, and it's just been an amazing journey. We both are not, we don't have, what's the word, certification, we never went to school for this, qualifications, thank you. And we are just really winging it, and apparently it works. So yay for that. Okay, so BDM Foundation. Wait, where am I? Okay, good afternoon. just checking. Oh, you guys are awake. You're awake. Good. Alright, so good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being part of this memorable event. My name is Karabo, and how we mentioned, I am the Foundation's Marketing Director. I run a digital marketing agency of my own called Graceful Graphics, and Pasal is like a guinea pig of sorts for our agency. So everything we want to perfect, we try it out with you, and we know it. So yay! We actually started it this year. It was the first of its kind where we thought we would teach our beneficiaries. It didn't happen with the first block. It happened predominantly with the second block where we gave them digital marketing basics, digital marketing skills, and we were just teaching them. I think we are all aware that we are in an era where digital marketing is prime, right? And that is where everybody is. Social media is predominantly where people look for anything. And we were trying to, especially from an entrepreneurial perspective, if a woman wants to be businesswoman, they need to know how to market their brand. And I think marketing has such a bad cred where people think it's pricey, you know, it's expensive, and you have to enlist all these professionals. But we want to make you understand and see that it really isn't that difficult. You can do it from the confines of your own home. You just need a device and data and just a little creative edge to you, and you can literally bring your brand to life. And that's what we do, okay, at Graceful Graphics. So we were teaching, Sue was our facilitator, and she taught the ladies basic marketing skills. And we decided to actually give an internship for one of the ladies who we saw showed the most promise, right? Because of course we also want to grow our department from a marketing perspective, and where else to look but at the women that we are empowering to empower them further. So we want to, first of its kind this year, offer an internship, a 12-month internship with Graceful Graphics. To one of the ladies that we really saw the most promise in, and I think it's going to be fun. Disclaimer, we are the coolest department in BDM Foundation. We are the vibe. So I think they're going to enjoy themselves, and it's going to be exciting. And I mean, it's an interesting ride, and it would be an honor to have somebody as part of us with us. Okay, so without any further ado, after much deliberation and just basically the feedback we have seen, we have decided to give this award to, drum roll please. Sure, I hope I don't butcher your name. So the Entrepreneurship Awards, during the BDM
the program, BBM Foundation runs an entrepreneurship day. Where beneficiaries are given the opportunity to pitch their business ideas to a panel of judges. 3 winners are chosen from each block. And as a prize, the winners are presented with startup capital towards their businesses. Can you give them a round of applause? Who does this? Really only BBM. Please help me welcome some more friends of the foundation. Jackie, is it Jackie? And John from JQX Printing Solutions. So the winners of the Entrepreneurship Awards for 2023 are, drum roll,
Gentlemen, please rise. It is such a breather for me being a woman and to acknowledge the gentlemen that are here today. You are special. You are extremely special. You are powerful human beings. You are the priests. You are our leader. The reason that you are here to support this tells me a lot about the kind of man that you are. And I applaud you. Because, not like it's always known that there are women who will paint men with the same brush. Not all men are perpetrators. We've got loving, God-fearing heads of families. Men who are not insecure, men who will never be intimidated by their wives' successes. And these are the kind of men that I'm talking about, and that is you. Every one of you. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, gentlemen. You may take a seat. Good afternoon, dignitaries. We have dignitaries in this room. I know that Ambassador and his wife have already left, but you know, we are very honored to have every one of the dignitaries that are here, our partners, our friends, our families, our support, everyone that is here that has contributed to this occasion. For me, you are just a blessing to me. Not all of these women who are supposed to be here are here. Others fell off along the way. I told you guys that some of you are going to be here, some aren't. And that's when you know, when you see the rubies and the diamonds from normal stones. So you made it against all odds. Individual problems that you faced in your households, transportation money, even the morale that you kept on pushing, you kept on coming, you finished. My message to you is the same message that I gave our Social Movement Skills on the Go beneficiaries. By the way, can we give it a round of applause for our special guests from Social Movement, our Skills on the Go. Can I ask you to stand, please? I'm going to give you a parting message, the same message I gave our Skills on the Go beneficiaries. 38 years ago, when I was ripped open, I thought that it was over, it was done. It was done, I was out. My children, young, 5 and 2 years, no family, no wealth, no nobody, no relative, no support. It was just me and my little girls and the world. It was like I was coming out of a jungle into a city. Young, mother, inexperienced, having gone through suicidal attempts that landed me in a coma. You know the story. I'm not going to go through that story. But the point I'm trying to make today, as a final message to you beneficiaries, is when I was discharged from a psychiatric ward, remember, I had to go through a healing process of my body that was fractured, physically first.
Then thereafter, I had to go and had to manage my mental state because I had gone through depression. I was in an institution for a month, and when I was discharged from the psychiatric institution, I decided that I'm leaving my perpetrator and I'm going to find a job. But as reality that is facing every young woman out here today, there was inexperience because I had not worked before. There was no qualifications because like any other young woman, I traded my career for a relationship. I wanted to be a doctor. I was a smart student. I wanted to be a doctor, but life took hold of me like it does any one of us. Life happens. Sometimes in life you plan certain things and then you want to be or do things, but life comes and takes over and stands in your way. So when I came out of hospital, I was stuck with inexperience, no qualifications, no support, no family. All I had was all I was. And I felt that I cannot fold my arms and just accept my reality and depend on people to uplift me. I knocked doors. And of course, there's restrictions, there's stop nonsenses. Things are barring you because you don't belong, you don't possess. And when I knocked the door, then I believe up till today, God spoke to that woman. She didn't know me, but God whispered in her ears, and she told her to give me an opportunity. I said to her, I don't have all that you want for me to get this job. The odds are not in my favor. But I said to her, I was daring enough to say to her, give me an opportunity and see whether I will not prove myself. And this person gave me an opportunity. When I was given an opportunity, I've told you this story before, right? When I was given an opportunity, I discovered qualities about me that I never thought I possessed. I discovered that I was a powerful woman. I discovered that I could do things that I never thought I could. Why? Because my perpetrator told me, reeled it in my head all the years that you're useless, that you're nothing. You will amount to nothing. You will become, nothing good is going to come out of you. But when I discovered that I can do this, I'm smart, I'm there. Watch, I didn't have to go to get a university degree for me to confess that I'm all that. All it took was somebody opening a door for me. And that spilled my confidence like you've got no idea. I had the kind of confidence that I never imagined. And I became fearless from that point. And it was then that BBM was born in my heart. It was then I sat and I thought, how many women in this world have been subjected to what I have been subjected to? How many women in this world have been told that they are useless and they will amount to nothing? If I discovered my potential like this, surely all it took was someone opening a door for me. And then I planted a seed that when I am okay and my children are grown up, I want to open a door for other women, for them to discover the strength, the potential that they possess, the God-given potential that God gave them. That does not need and depend on some justification or some confirmation from somebody. And it is this empathy that BBM, through my daughters, my staff, my partners, our friends, have given you an open door for you to realize how powerful you are. I often give you a joke and tell you that Beyonce has nothing on me. I'm more powerful than Beyonce. With her videos, with her booty, she's got nothing on me because she's herself and me, that I know what I possess. You possess that same power. It is the very power that you have been enabled to possess, the mindset that has been changed through all the months that you've been coming to BBN, through the skills that you were given, devotion, capacity building. Your mind were changed, your mindsets were changed. When you came, is not what you are now. You heard ladies speaking here, how angry they used to be, but now they have self-control because they own the mind that they possess and they know how powerful they are. Like me, I'm asking you to do the same thing. You have been enabled. You have been unleashed. You have been empowered. I want you to never forget that the power that you received within yourself, we did nothing. BBN did nothing. All we did was unleash the power that you already had, but you didn't know you had because you were always demotivated. You were oppressed and suppressed by whoever and whatever. You know who your perpetrators are. Listen to me. GBV doesn't have to be a gender-based violence based on a man abusing you only. Perpetrators can be your mother, your sister, your sibling, your cousins. Anyone that comes and tells you and create a feeling of disdain in your mind and make you feel that you're worthless, that person is a perpetrator. So, we did nothing. All we did was to make you see and realize that the power that has been locked away because of the perpetrator that has told you and defined you that you are this, it's not true. And now you know who you are. You own yourself. The very same power that was enacted inside of me, that was released and unleashed inside of me those years ago, is the very power you possess. Go out. Don't compromise the power that you have. Maintain, because at the end of the day, if you move back to your old self, it has nothing to do with BBN. It has so much to do with you. You will be the one responsible to give somebody the authority and the power to dictate your life. So, I was selfless. We are all selfless. Our partners are selfless. We've given. We have planted seeds. Go out there. Plant seeds. Because the sky is the limit for you. Greatness is within you. You will not fail. You will only fail when you want to fail.
I have a message.